I'm Madeline from Sheen Slings, and this is how to carry a newborn baby in an Artipoppe carrier. So the first thing I'm going to do is set my baby down and check how the carrier is set up. So if I open into the inside in here, I'm going to check that these poppers are set onto the absolute minimum setting. So you'll see we've got like 4 poppers in here, and I want to bring it right onto the smallest, onto the narrowest popper to make this seat as absolute narrow as possible to try and fit my newborn. And then when I have done that, and they are quite stiff, so you might need to use quite a lot of strength. When I've done that, I'm going to pop the waistband on and before adjusting the top of the carrier. So just to make it easier for me, I'm going to pop the waistband on and then snug it up. Get that nice and tight, and you'll notice I am putting this very high on my body. The reason for that is this is a very big carrier, so I'm going to need to put it on very high and put my baby down lower than the top of the waistband in order to get this carrier to fit. So Artipoppe do advertise this as being able to use from newborn. In reality, it can be quite challenging to get a truly good fit for a true newborn. It will work really well once your baby's a bit older, but there are some tricks, and I'm going to show you them, to sometimes getting it to work as early as possible, but it might not work for a brand new newborn. So what I'm doing at the top here, I should actually explain this, is this like flappy bit that was out and can be up. I am bringing it inside the carrier, and so it was out and attached to the little button on the side here. I'm bringing it inside and then reattaching it to the button. And when I've done it, I will show you. So there we go. You can now see that headrest is resting inside the carrier. And what it's doing is making that top part of the carrier a little bit cozier, because it is really big. So this carrier is designed to really grow with your baby and carry a much larger baby. So what we need to do for a newborn is to try and make it smaller. So we're putting that padding inside to use up some of the space to try and make it a bit less gapey. Now I am ready for my newborn. I am going to get them and settle them on my chest. And the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can gently spread their legs and bring this material between them. Now this might be the first hurdle. If your baby is really squished up, or really small, you may not be able to get this material between their legs. If you can't, please don't force it. Please just pop this carrier to the side for a couple more weeks until baby is naturally opening a bit more, and then try it again. And if you have managed to get your baby in, we want to check that this material is not passing the backs of their knees. It's going to the back of their knee, but it can go to the back of their knee, but no further. What we want to avoid is their legs being forced straight. We want to be able to free kick if they can. And then as I put them in, I'm actually going to lower them into the panel a little bit so that I can try and get this padded part to sit right in the back of their neck. And certainly before I've got the straps closed, I want this to be sitting right in the back of the neck, the ear completely exposed. Because it's going to ride up a little bit, and in the end I want it absolutely no higher than mid-ear. So if it's coming up too high like this, do drop your baby into that panel to try and use it so that we're using up some of the fabric up and under them, and so their bottom is hanging lower than the top of the waistband. So like this, so we've got lots of fabric up. You can see if I put my hands how much fabric I've got up underneath them. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to put one strap over my shoulder. I am going to change hands, find it behind my back, pull it down, across, and plug it in. And I'll give it a first little snug up here. Great. And then exactly the same on the other side. We're going to pull that down and across, and you can see what I mean about that panel moving up a little bit. So don't be afraid to have it a little bit lower at the outset. And then if I tighten that up, and let's wiggle anything loose from behind so I'm not putting pressure on my baby's back. And then check that they are sitting nicely in that panel, and that the top of the carrier is coming no higher than mid-ear. I want to have a really clear view of their face, and so that I can see they've got loads of space for air to move, and I can see that their back is supported and they have no space to slump down inside the carrier, so I can get this snug enough that it is supporting their back. Now, my doll is the size of an average brand newborn, and you can see on this, I'm actually not very happy that I've got this snug enough for them, and it feels to me like if they were a real baby, they would be in danger of really sinking down in here. Now, I can try and get more trapped underneath them and see if I can get this a little bit snugger across their back. And I kind of can a little bit, but I'm not feeling overly confident. If my baby was real, I would choose to wait a few weeks. Wait a few weeks because I'm not completely confident that as I walk, they aren't going to sink. This is something you'll need to judge. Give it a try. If you feel like you're getting a really nice snug fit, baby's face is clearing the top of the carrier, the carrier is coming no higher than mid-ear, and it feels like it's snug and supportive across their back, then great, go for it. If not, please do just pop it in a cupboard for the next couple of weeks and then try it again. Your baby will grow. This is a very big carrier, so it just doesn't always work right at the beginning. If it isn't working and you want, I really hugely suggest trying a smaller carrier, and I've got loads of suggestions on this channel, or you're welcome to ask suggestions in the comments below, or you're welcome to get in touch and hire something from me. But this will fit soon, and I hope that was helpful, and I hope that can help you get as best fit as possible for right now. All the best. Bye.